Ah! Oh my god.
I should have slammed my cup down right then, Steven, as soon as it said
And
3, 2, 1.
pow.
Fuck you, Steven.
So I didn't actually listen to one fucking Phil. I didn't listen to one last week, but I heard it happening last week, like when we were recording, and I was like, fuck it. We'll
Did I
see
have
what
coffee
happens.
last week? I probably.
I think you had your water bottle, but
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you
my
know,
defense, those things weigh like a 10-pound dumbbell.
yeah, I have like this little soft mat for keyboards and shit, and that's what I put on my desk so I don't slam bam it.
Of course, you
But
have a soft mat, Steven.
yeah, it's like not, it's just, it's like a mouse pad. Come on.
Soft mat for soft hands there, buddy.
Hey, that's because I don't work very hard. I thought that was pretty obvious. All right. So today we're talking about shit that's normal that people tell you isn't normal.
I feel like it's like what society makes us believe is abnormal.
Yeah, like it's bad, but most people have it anyways. And I think that's the hard part. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Steven, mental illness isn't normal." I was like, "I don't know. It seems pretty normal to me. I
I
think a
mean,
lot of
I
y'all just don't fucking get diagnosed."
very normal. I agree, Steven.
You know? And obviously there's a ton of that shit. And maybe we'll go the other way around this too and hit it from the other side. Really tag team it from like things that people will tell you are normal that aren't.
Yeah.
You know, because there's, I mean, I know all of us have experience in like the bodybuilding fitness world. Fucking who would have thought? Um, and there's a lot of stuff that gets normalized in the industry that is just fucking not.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I'll throw first in the ring for things that are normal that we are made to believe are not. As a female, I think the top one for most females, Stephen, you mentioned earlier, cellulite. We are convinced. I feel like, and I don't even know who convinces us, but at some point you grow up and it hits you, oh shit, why is this here? How do I get rid of it? And the amount of money that has been made on creams and massage tools and things to rid yourself of it are, I mean, I bought cellulite creams a whole lot in my lifetime, in my 20s.
Yeah, that's one that I also hear a lot is like, "Oh, what's the best exercise to get rid of cellulite?" And it's like, look, cellulite is completely normal. It's a genetic component more than anything else. Like there isn't a collagen peptide out there that's going to like take it away. There isn't a red light therapy laser that's going to take it away. Like it's normal. And where I think that a lot of these expectations come from is just society in comparison. Like, the statistic I heard is that body dysmorphia for women starts as young as 6 on average. And like my daughter is 7, and that breaks my heart to even think about that she's probably at some point had some degree of like self-image and self-comparison and things like that. And like, okay, as we get older, we should have the understanding of like whoever you're seeing on an Instagram ad or in a magazine cover, they're airbrushed and photoshopped and they are purposefully made what is the idea of perfect and it's not really attainable. Like if you showed up the day of that shoot and asked that person like, "Hey, can you get up and walk across the room?" They look completely different than what they do in
Yeah.
that photo.
Yeah. So crazy on the cellulite. Since I was young, so like I remember back into high school being embarrassed and not wearing shorts sometimes, which is fucking insane. I weighed 105 pounds. I'm 5'7". Like I was a green bean. Dumb. I'll rock shorts more confidently now than I would then, which is stupid. But when I lived in Tampa, I have hated my cellulite because I'm healthy, right? Like I was in doing bodybuilding shows, and by the end of my preps, it will go away because females who don't know, it's a body fat percentage thing and it's a genetic component. Cellulite is because you have like honeycomb underneath your skin and it will push through. And that's where you get that dimpled effect. A lot of that's your genetic makeup. And so I spent, I think it was like $4,000 or $5,000 for this treatment in Tampa. And it felt like they were snapping hot rubber bands all over my thighs. It was, I mean, painful. But I went everywhere in Tampa because it's just something I'm just like, I don't understand how I'm working this hard. I'm eating this good and I still have to live with this. Like almost like I was just, I mean, I'm still confident, but I was just disgusted with all of my hard work and it's still there, right? And I don't even think it diminished anything, honestly. Like, I don't think it minimized it at all. I would never pay that again, but I think I was just so convinced, like, I just wanted it gone. I just didn't, I was like, I don't understand how we've come this far and advanced and everything in the world, and I still have to live with this.
Yeah, I think so. Media wise, it's been getting thrown at people forever, right? And they
Mhm.
have older studies that showed when Western style like beauty marketing was presented to people in more Eastern countries, like those women's body satisfaction went down. They weren't as happy with themselves. They didn't feel as good about themselves. And so we know that there's this because the hard part for me is it's not always upfront. It's this underlying thing where, oh, well, if all they show you is somebody who looks like A, B, and C, and you look like a D, E, or F, you're like, oh shit, well, there must be something wrong with me because I don't look like them. And so it gets you subconsciously with all this marketing. And I hate on social media a lot because think about how many people always have filters on. They're always doing all the things to make them look better. And a lot of them, it's hard to even catch them anymore now because it's getting really good. And so, like with that cellulite, it also comes with like, okay, well, what about when we don't wear makeup, or if we have like some spots from maybe some pimples that got popped and it left like a little teensy scar, or the rest of that kind of stuff. And so people beat themselves up over this stuff, and that's the unfair part. That's the thing that I hate the most. It's like, can we maybe do something to address this? Maybe. Okay, sure. Like cellulite, can we get leaner? Yeah, probably. Will that help? Yeah. Will it take care of it completely? Maybe not. Definitely not long term for most people because being that lean is pretty rough, and
Building
most
some
people are
lean
gonna do that.
tissue can help glutes and hamstrings and quads.
Yeah. But it's like we should have this realistic expectation. And I think this is the hard part of and it goes kind of to the other end of the spectrum where it's like the influencers, the fitness people, the ones that are showing off all their body. It's not like bodybuilding's not quite real, if that makes sense. It's specific lighting, it's specific poses, it's having a pump, it's a, during a
Tan, the
diet or after a
glaze.
diet. Yeah. And so again, it's presenting you with something that maybe can be reasonable or likely short term, but it's not like this long-term livable thing, especially for anybody that doesn't live for that shit.
I heard somebody, there's somebody I follow on Instagram. I can't remember who it was, but basically, like the guy's lost a whole bunch of weight, and I'm applying this to this. So he's lost a bunch of weight. He has a bunch of loose skin, right? And one of the wonderful commenters there on Instagram had said, "Oh, why are you always posting videos of yourself in your underwear?" And he was like, "Because I spent 30 years hiding my body wearing a t-shirt in the pool. You're damn right I'm proud of the hard work that I've done. Now I'm going to be happy and confident in my body for the first time in my life."
Yep. I think some of that confidence too just comes with age. I feel like I don't know if I start to care less or I've gotten more confident. I'm not sure which one it is, but I do notice now, like if it's hot outside, I'm wearing shorts. I do not care where I'm not like, but I think some of that is just I get grumpier with age, I think, and more I get more like, I don't know, non-caring.
I feel like there's a line there. So one, if you don't like what somebody posts, you can unfollow them at fucking any time. By the way, for those of you that maybe don't want to see undue pictures from people. But the second point, this is one the question I've been asking myself a lot lately is at what point is it less about like your empowerment and more about other people using that to make money to some degree? Because we're in the fitness industry, we know that um, it sexualizes things a lot. But I do think there is a fine line for women and men of where are people sexualizing you to make money off of you, whether that's a sponsorship or trying to sell supplements, blah, blah, whatever it might be, or a sport or a league, whatever, and your confidence. Because it makes it hard. It makes that line kind of blurry. So I think, and maybe for me, my question of something that people tell you is normal that maybe isn't quite so normal is like this hyper-sexualization that we see of that self-confidence. Because I feel like I can be confident wearing, little booty short jorts, but I can also be confident wearing, basketball shorts and a t-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've all been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, I think when it comes to social media, especially like sex sells, and that's never going to change. It's just not. That's just people are more apt where if you see a pretty face, male or female, and a good body, more exposed, people they might not care as much, but they're gonna first glance be like, "Oh, what is this?" Like it's just gonna catch your eye more, and so I think that's really and there's a lot of people who are genetically lucky in things too. So, like, I'll take myself for an example. I don't have acne. I don't have scars on my face. That's just how I've been my whole life. Like, there's nothing. But if I was to grab, I've had offers from facial products to be sponsored. Could I make a whole lot of money pushing certain, creams and anti aging stuff? Oh, I sure could. But it wouldn't be like, I wouldn't feel like I don't know. I think the fitness industry can be the same, where you take somebody who's genetically very lucky in one instance and they can sell a product or sell you to fix your issue that, you quote unquote don't even have and make money off of you. And people in the fitness industry do it too. You know what I mean? People who've never
Constantly.
struggled with weight loss or, needing to lose weight, telling you how easy it is. You just need to do XYZ. But if you have never had to lose weight before, it's going to be a lot harder for you to emphasize it's gonna be a lot harder for you to understand someone else's struggle.
Right.
Yeah,
And
so I think, like, the thing that's normal that people tell you isn't or shouldn't be normal is this idea that so many people, almost everybody's trying to sell you something. And and so, like, there's this idea now that that's normal. Like, that should be normal, and I don't think it should. I think that you should be able to go out and, like, watch something or, intake, social media stuff without having to be sold something.
Yeah.
yeah, like
I'll unfollow people if they're always selling something. Like, I don't mind it sometimes, but if, like, they're ever trying to do is, like, push codes and products and talk me into something, I'm just like, I'll unfollow people quite often for that, actually.
yeah, I can't stand it's like there's a certain reasonable line and it goes back to what's the intention behind somebody promoting something for me. Like intentionality is big with me. So there's a difference of somebody being like, "Hey, I just got this new, chicken shredder thing, and I love it, and it's made my meal prep easy. Here, it's $10 on Amazon. Here's a code." You know what? Cool. You shared something that made your life better.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. I have no problem with that, right? But then whenever you get, especially in the fitness space, somebody that it's constantly, oh, here's this product, and then you start following the money
Fix your
trail.
gut health.
Right. But follow the money trail, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, you're wanting me to buy this specific product, and I can only buy it from this company, and I get a better deal on this if I sign up to also sell it. Like, congratulations, you got into a pyramid scheme. Don't call it multi-level
Right.
marketing, it's called a pyramid scheme. Just
Yeah, that's heavy in the female demographic. Rare I see. I mean, I have seen males plugging MLM, but it's real rare. Maybe it's just who I happen to follow or am exposed to. Do you guys see very many men do that? Is that common in the men sphere?
I mean, I think I still see it, um, but yeah, I would say it's probably less common. Um, I don't have a good reason for why.
I think it's who they target with most of those MLM stuff. Like it is mostly like, hey, you're a stay-at-home mom and you're just looking to build a little side income and improve quality of
I
life for
think
your
they
family.
really hone in on women feeling like they're not giving enough to the household. And I think they market off of like you could make some extra money. And yeah, I think it's 100% that.
And
I'm
it's
doing that to Jillian right now. I'm saying, "Hey, while you're in school, you're just accruing debt. So once you're done with school and you can travel nurse, I'm gonna be a stay-at-home dog
Yeah,
dad
when
and just
she's
go on
taking care
snowboard
of
trips."
your old ass and changing your catheter, that's gonna be your payback. Or when she's not changing it, she'll be like, "Hey, remember that time?"
wait,
Yeah, she said she
no,
won't
I
wipe my
I
butt.
already called dibs on being the one to change Steven's catheter. That's a legally binding contract.
I mean, but I feel like let's wait till he's really in pain before we even cap him. Like, let's draw that out.
So I'm already upset because I feel old as shit this week because I realized I can't like read shit up close anymore. I was trying to get some embroidery out of some nice shirts that I wanted to save, which was a waste of time, a huge waste of time. Because I just ended up cutting holes in them, and I would realize how fucking like just blurry it would get, and like how, and I was like, God damn it, I'm gonna need to get glasses. And sure enough, I got glasses on order right now because I'm old as shit.
Hold on, hold on.
Apparently 40 is when it happens, like around 40.
You're
On
doing
my
every
side, it's okay.
you're doing everything I'm doing, but like 3 years behind. Like I went bald, and then you went bald. I got glasses, and now you're getting glasses.
Phil, why did I think when you said that you meant taking embroidery out of shirts?
That
Yeah,
was like 2 years
I
behind.
did that like 2 years ago, trying to take the embroidery out too. So he's just following in my wake, man.
Those shirts are fucking expensive, man. I didn't want to waste them.
I know.
I think I kept 1 or 2 for, like, nostalgia reasons for, like, I don't know, I do that with things, and the rest, I think I just threw them in the trash.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate clutter, though, like, ask my husband, if he can't find something, 99% of the time, it's because he laid it around the house too long, and I just fucking threw it away. Like, I can't.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could do that to Jillian. There would be so much shit in the trash.
I do it a lot. It's bad habit.
I just had
Okay.
my buddy's wife come through and reorganize our pantry and like do all these like containers and shit. Like I'm actually like really proud that I was
What
like,
the fuck?
dude,
Shit,
Is
people.
that what friends do?
See, who convinced you needed an organized pantry, Phil? See, someone sold you the idea that normal people have a very aesthetic pantry.
Also, what the fuck kind of friend is like, you know what? I want to come organize your pantry for you. This is a friendship
No,
agreement.
I have a friend that did the same thing.
Weird.
My friend Mariana, she's amazing. She couldn't stand looking at it, I think, to a certain point. So she just told me she was coming over to organize it. Like, she got me bins and everything. It looks like shit again, but she couldn't stand to stare at it.
But it's your fucking house. Like, if you don't want to look at it, just don't fucking come look at your shit in your house.
Right? Our old house, though, in her defense, our old pantry was like the size of this, like this office room, like a
yeah, you
bedroom.
guys have the like butler's pantry in that
Yeah, we
place.
took our whole like dining room and made it an enclosed like walk-in situation. But
Fucking
anyway,
rich ass.
Before you start selling me on like, hey Phil, get rid of your dining room.
So, I think Phil kind of hit on a couple. So, like, yeah, the glasses, but like for guys, going bald is a fucking normal thing. Like losing your hair or having it thin is a fucking normal thing.
how much is it to have like hair plugs? Didn't Sebum do that? Like had
Yeah, so you can fly to Turkey, and I think that it's like somewhere around like $3,000 to $5,000. So that's like the cheapest. But if you do it in the States, I think it's somewhere from like 8 to 12.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
way more expensive here. And then also the other thing that so 2 out of every 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the age of 35. That's the actual statistic. But then number two, even if you go and get like the hair transplant or you get the plugs put in or anything like that, you still have to actually be on a medication for the rest of your life
Mhm.
for it to actually take
Oh.
and keep going. And
Oh.
for me, because like I started looking into it in like my late 20s before I just like took the plunge, because I know I could have bought a few more years out of it. But at the time, like my house had a pool and I didn't like every time I get out of the pool, like I would see the thin spots. So I was like, well, let me just go ahead and do it now. So the medication that you have to get on is finasteride is like the main one. And the problem with that, and I know this isn't like medically proven yet, but there's a lot of anecdotal, and like we were talking about this earlier. If you look up post-finasteride syndrome, there are guys that they take finasteride and then they can never get an erection again. And I'm like, you know what?
Whoa.
Even if it's a 1% chance, I'll take being bald all day long over a 1% chance of I can't have sex again.
Yeah. I mean, you
So
could. You could get like they make. Did you know they make like
they have
penis?
pumps.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You like it's a little button you push it like the base and it goes bzzz, and it gives you a hard on.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know if you like
I've heard some
grand
stories.
finale with that, but
I've heard some stories from my one buddy that was a nurse in the
that's
emergency
where I've
department.
seen them when I was in nursing.
Mm-hmm. But Yeah, and it's not even just that. So you have to keep taking that forever because otherwise they can die out. Like a lot of people will still have to like dye their scalp. They'll dye their scalp darker so that you don't notice the lighter scalp
Yes,
Oh,
because it's
yeah.
still not as
micropigmentation.
yeah, it's not as dense and whatnot. But like, man, I had a hard time going bald, man. I was like, I saw all my pictures, and really, I wish that I had just fucking made the plunge years ago, because even going back and looking like for when I proposed to Jill, I was like, oh man, my hairline looks rough. Even there, like, look how big my fucking forehead is. I was like, oof. Yeah. I was like, that's like not forehead. I got like a 5 or a 6 head at that point. But like earlier this year, I saw a bunch of pictures and it's like, there's so much bald spot and all this was like gone and pulled back. And it's like, man, I just got to do it. But even then, it's like, Jillian, I think I'm going to shave my head and be bald because my hair looks like shit. And even there, she was like, I don't know. I like your hair, but I'll keep it. And like, I felt shitty about it. Like, I was
Yeah.
really self conscious and like, fucking why? You
I
know?
mean, I get it. If my hair started to bald, I would freak the fuck out. Like women, I mean, we do thin hair, but it's not, they don't typically, bald the same way men can.
You have a little bit more hair to lose than I had.
I have, people always, you wouldn't believe it, but I've lost a lot of hair during pregnancy. Like it's thinned out a lot.
I mean, a lot of people lose hair during preps or really hard diets too. You know?
Yeah.
That's actually like another one is like the post baby hair shedding is another one that it's completely normal. But I remember after both pregnancies, Nikki kept getting like all these ads to her phone for like, oh hey,
Mm-hmm.
postnatal, and this shit was
I know.
expensive. It was like $300 a month for like a 30-day supply of the crap. And I was like, why don't we just take the time and see
So,
like how your body bounces back from this in actuality?
so no one's going to see this on video, but you see these little hairs? So this is what
Well, they'll see that shit on video, dog. We got good
hair
video.
loss will look like. So my son is like, he turned 2 in April, so I shouldn't have this anymore, right? You guys are gonna love this story. It took a good almost 2 full years for it to like grow out normal. And Jake and I were on the property. We had a bunch of down trees and limbs and stuff, and we wanted to clear it because it was blocking our spring. So we put it in this big pile. I'm like, let's just light this on fire. Like it's not very windy today. Everything will be fine. And so I was just gonna light the sticks. No, he gets gas. We gotta get gas. He wanted to put gas on it, man thing. I don't know. I specifically asked him, do not go up with that gas can and throw it up there. It will come back and explode on you. Like I grew up in the country, like you don't fuck with gasoline. I won't. Well, the fire's not getting big enough, so he throws the gas. It goes, singes. I had my hair up, singed my whole hair up here. So that's why I have small, like postpartum like hairs again, because he burnt my hair, basically.
So I think also things that are normal that people say aren't stretch marks after pregnancy.
Yes. And then
Like,
it's genetic. Full on. Look at your mom, your grandma, if they have stretch marks, almost bet you're gonna get it too.
look at how fat your baby was. I was a big baby. I was like 10 pounds, 6 ounces.
Yeah, I don't know what
Just
decides
fat.
that because I was a very small baby. Jake was a big baby.
I would assume so.
I remember when I was pregnant with Pearl, I asked his mom to send me a baby picture. She's like, he was so tiny. He looked like the Marshmallow Man. As soon as the image got to my phone, I just hysterically laughed. Like your mom said you were like she still says he's such a small baby. No.
No.
All right, Phil. So what do you got, bro?
So no,
What's your
I
normal
want to
shit?
actually touch on that one a little bit more is stretch marks. Like it is also normal for men to get stretch marks. Like
I had stretch marks.
Yeah, I feel
Because
like because guys have bigger. Do they have? I don't know this. Do they have a faster growth spurt than like at teenagers than
so
women?
I
Girls?
hit puberty, I guess late for what most people say, because probably like 15, 16 is when I hit puberty, and so like
I'm
I got tall
surprised you hit it late. Honestly,
fucking
that
fast.
tracks.
Yeah.
so for me, like I hit so I actually hit puberty fairly early. So like I mean I'm like 5'7", like little under 5'8", right? And I hit this height in 5th grade. Like I thought for sure I'm gonna be the tallest kid. Like I thought I had a future in the NFL because I was playing offensive line. I was like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna play on the Bucks one day. But, like, because I did grow so rapidly, like, I think in 5th grade, I grew something like 8 inches or something. I like, from beginning to end of the year, and I had, like, major stretch marks all over, like, my shoulders, my chest, like, into my armpits. I had it all over my
Yeah, Jake
belly,
has
my
it here.
obliques. See, and, like, that's normal for
Mhm.
guys, is to get stretch marks in some of those areas. It's totally normal, but, like, so similar to you with the cellulite, whenever I was 18, I did pay for a laser treatment for them. Now, I mean, this
Mhm.
was 2007-ish, but still, for an 18-year-old, I paid like 2
Yeah.
grand, and I will say it did make a difference, but it was absolutely still there. And even, like, right now, if like, whenever winter comes around and I've actually not really been outside a whole lot, yeah, you can absolutely still see them. And then summer comes around, I get a little more bronze, my Puerto Rican comes out with my tan, and it goes away. But then it comes
Now I
back
have a
every winter.
question. Phil, since you and the only reason I'm asking Phil, not Steven, because he has kids, do you find, because I know myself, like with the cellulite and things, I find that I talk nicer to myself. Like I do not talk about cellulite, weight loss, anything in front of Pearl. But I think we have as parents, like I think we can't stop social media. But I think if our kids can see us accept these things as normal, maybe they have a better chance. Because I remember my mom being on every fad diet, talking about her weight, like, she was always so hard. My mom was beautiful. She was, like, 5'2", probably 90 pounds with double D natural boobs, like, she was a bombshell, but I remember her always talking bad about herself and her weight, and that does carry into my adulthood where I, like, hyper focus on fitness, surprise, but I'm trying really hard because I'm so scared that I'm gonna get to her point where I hate my body or myself, and I know that sounds terrible, but, so I try to be very careful with how I talk in front of Pearl and what you know what I mean? Like, I'd
Yeah.
never talk
No,
cellulite or stretch marks, anything in front of her.
I definitely watch because I don't wanna ever be the person that makes my daughter aware of that stuff, and then she starts, like, actively looking for it on herself, but I also don't wanna be that person that exposes that to my son either, and, for me, kind of like it's like a opposite experience, right? But same outcome of my mom struggled with her weight, like, for a very, very, very long time, and, like, she's finally working through it now in her 60s. And I'm so happy that she is. Always better late than never. But growing up, I remember her being extremely focused on, like, at the time you had to go to like a physical Weight Watchers meeting, and like they had local Jenny
Mm,
Craig meetings,
yes.
and she was always ordering Slim Fast shakes and like
Yeah, my mom always had those too.
Nutrisystem, like the mail order food
I
stuff.
forgot about that. Yeah, my mom had that too.
Like, I saw my mom try
Those are all
every
still around,
single
by the
one
way.
of these, and, like, it did impact me as well of, like, kind of becoming aware of that, and I know it impacted my sister more. So, again, my sister and I are polar opposites. Well, I've not mentioned this on here, but my sister is 5'3", she struggles to stay above 100 pounds. She lives on Pop-Tarts and Chicky Tendies and still struggles to stay above 100 pounds. If I lived off Pop-Tarts
Living
and
the
Chicky
life.
Tendies, I'd be back to over 300 pounds. But, like, when you when you look at, like, what's normal as far as, like, body relationship and, confidence and everything, a lot of it is just that confidence has been taken away, and you have to actively work to build it back. I was the biggest kid in school, and I know what it's like to struggle with the image of, like, man, I got man boobs and, I'm getting made fun of for it all the time, and then it was like I lose all this weight, but then instead of being like, "Woohoo, I lost all this weight and I also have all this muscle." Okay, well, I also have all this loose skin, and I have all these remnants of stretch marks, and especially having kids, it forces me to build my confidence. Like, I was already pretty confident with it because I got used to it. I'm 36. Yeah, I'm 36, I think. So, yeah, I'm 36. So I just hit 20 years of having kept off over 120 pounds.
That's
the
badass though.
majority of my life has been spent in this body, not in the old one. So, like, I've built up a lot more confidence with how I feel and how I look, and I especially make sure that my kids are the ones that are seeing, like, I flex in the mirror all the damn time. Bedtime for my kids, I love seeing the silhouette. If I say, "Oh, yeah, it's the ovary silhouette," like, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, like, a man flexing looks like ovaries.
It does, and now I'm never gonna be able to unsee that.
You're welcome, and you're welcome to
Thank
everybody
you.
listening, but, like, my kids see me flex all the time, and they see me all the time. Like, I have, 80-pound adjustable dumbbells in the garage, and I'm like, "Yeah, daddy's so strong, world's strongest dad." Like, I want them to see confidence comes from strength. Confidence comes from yourself, and don't let other people take that away from you. Because I certainly did, and realistically, at some point, everybody has somebody ding their confidence, but how can you build it back?
By the way, just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I don't get it. Like, I was a kid, and my mom used to tell me, well, she still tells me I was the ugliest fucking baby she's ever seen.
But were you a Toys R Us kid?
Steven.
Yeah, Toys R Us was well, apparently I came out so fast that my entire fucking face was, like, black and blue and bruised. I ripped her from V to A. So
Why could I not see you just like super powering out like, here, motherfuckers?
Thank God my mom will never hear this podcast. Uh, she's fucking so mad.
I always thought that you came out
Yeah.
like in the movie Alien, just like, yeah.
Yeah.
He probably came out like this. He was like one hand up, like
I'm not sure, but so, maybe she just is mad about that, you know?
maybe.
But yeah, it's interesting because for sure, like, I don't know that confidence is super normal anymore, but I think that goes back to how often we're shown something that's unrealistic and that's not real. And it, like I said, it subconsciously kind of sets that expectation for all of us of like, oh, fuck, I see bodybuilders all the time when I'm on Instagram. And, unfortunately, I'm on Instagram a decent amount. And I'm like, oh, man, but, like my tits aren't as big as that guy's tits. Like, see, you thought it was only girls, didn't you?
I know. Speaking of another, which we all know now, you just get implants, but if you want them, I bought these pills called Blasant when I was 17 and 18 it was a pill that was supposed to grow your boobs. And I remember I got it out of like the back of a magazine. Remember how you used to be able to like mail order stuff out of the back? And that's where I got it. And it in fact did not make my boobs grow.
So one of my girl friends from high school, like, believe me, nobody was dating 330-pound Phil. But I remember one day, like, we're all just talking, and she was wearing like a tank top, and you see something green, you're like, What the hell is that?" She was like, "Oh, well, I read in a magazine that if you put cabbage on your boobs, it will make them bigger."
Weird.
Smells so bad.
No, you gotta freshen it up every so often. You can't
No,
just leave
because
the same
the
habit on there.
cabbage is for like if when I was breastfeeding, I think it's to like when I was drying up my milk supply. But it smelled terrible. Like you changed it out, but like warm cabbage on the body just smells bad.
So it smelled like St. Patrick's Day, like corned beef and
Kind of like
cabbage
corned
kind of
beef.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Nikki did the same thing to stop her supply. Because I was like,
Yeah.
we had this conversation. I was like, "Well, no, I had a friend in high school that she was doing it to try to make her boobs bigger." And she goes, "No, you use it to dry up your supply." And that's like one of those old wives' tales. Like, I don't think there's a scientific study on it, but sure enough, within like 3 days, I mean, just completely done.
No more cereal for you, homie.
Nope. Dude, people pay a
Damn it.
crap ton for that stuff. Like
I know. I should have like kept in my supply just to sell it to weirdos on the internet, honestly.
You definitely could have made money because you have like a bunch of creeps that follow you.
Yeah.
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 Like, all I'm saying is if you get it going again, let me know.
It's
We
not
can.
coming back. The baby shop has closed.
Um, so okay, I have two other ones, and I don't know how you guys will feel about these. One I was kind of thinking about the other day because we went out for Jill's birthday and we didn't do anything crazy. We just kind of like kept it low key. We went to this like small Indian restaurant that we liked. And I think like one of those things that's normal that people tell you isn't normal, as I think not having to be bougie all the time, like not having to be over the top all the time. It made me like sit back and realize, like, all right, cool, yeah, it's cool to go to Burns and do the nice steakhouse, but then it's more about going to Burns and doing the nice steakhouse than it is about like spending time with you for your birthday. It's cool to like go out and do the XYZ thing that's like really expensive or whatever, flashy and gaudy. But then it's about doing that, not the same as being with you or enjoying that we're having this time together or this experience together the same. I think sometimes it can be, but I think that this has become like a measure of success that a lot of people are throwing out for this lifestyle. And honestly, I think it's probably a lot less fulfilling than actually making it about the experience and the people and the time itself. Like simply put, like we used to go over to people's houses to do fucking nothing, just to hang out. Like it wasn't anything special about it. It wasn't the nice, but like it was just because we wanted to spend time with each other. And I think that that's one of those things that's maybe been lost a little bit.
Yeah, I
And I don't know,
think
maybe the
that's
last
social
decade.
media a little bit because everybody, if they're having a party, it's like this over the top, or with women, expensive ass bags and shoes. And I don't know how people afford those lifestyles, honestly.
No, and I think that also touches on something else is it's also normal to not just constantly live your life and post every little detail that you're doing on social media. Like I think I've
Yeah.
made all of like 3 Instagram posts on my coaching account for the year.
I mean, I post a lot, so I mean,
Well, it's like, hey, you don't need to always and you obviously don't do this, but it's not like you need to always be like, "Hey, I'm going grocery shopping and follow me grocery shopping." And, "Oh, hey, let me
yeah.
be
And I
live
don't post
streaming my
personal
spouse's
stuff.
birthday."
Yeah, I don't post like if I'm sick or have something going on, you're not gonna know it. Like I'm not going to like I post fitness content, share my kids in the farm life a lot just because it brings me joy, but no one's gonna know if I'm having a bad day or something bad has happened to my family, or I keep my real personal stuff private.
Post that shit on like a story sometimes just because sometimes it's easier than trying to get a hold of everybody so that they know I'm like, I need some extra time on stuff
Yeah.
for like coaching and those kind of things. But honestly, now with the app, I can just send out a message to all of my people, and that's pretty easy too. But I mean, I'm in agreement here. Like, I don't think it's normal for people to have 24/7 access to you. Like,
Yeah,
that's the way I think of
oversharing
it.
has gotten the amount of
Whoa,
shit I
don't you?
learn
Come
about
on, some
people
of
on the
us
internet
overshare.
sometimes. What do you
Some
say?
of us are just oversharers. Okay.
Oh, no, you don't well, you sometimes, but you're, like, funny. Like, you're not, like, if you're oversharing, you're doing it for someone to get a good laugh, not for, like
Yeah, that's because my mom told me I was an ugly baby, so I had to learn how to fucking be funny.
I'm middle child, that's why I'm funny.
I'm
Phil?
youngest, so I'm loved.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, fuck you, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm also the
You have
youngest.
that teddy bear, youngest sweet child vibe to you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
just playing the
that's weird
part
though,
of the
right?
adult.
But it is. It's weird because it's not like it's just oversharing or showing everybody everything all the time. It's also like this idea because that kind of seeps into other stuff like, oh fuck, it's 8 p.m. And somebody's calling me for a work thing and I'm sitting down with my family, like watching TV or we're having family time, whatever. Like, fuck no, I'm not answering the phone. I'm not doing shit. Like, that's my
Boundaries.
priority.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
so I do think that that fucks up priorities, for a lot of people too. It makes it very hard to be like, "My family's my number 1 priority. You guys are still a big priority, but not bigger than them, and I spent 8 hours of my day on priority number 2 or 3." Like, priority number 1 needs also some time too, you know? See,
You
I
don't
lost Phil.
silence your damn phone.
He's literally the worst today.
I know, like, I never get random phone calls, and it's like, "Fuck." This is, like, the one
Is there a
time
scorpion on your finger?
on my f no, this is the triple horn of Odin to signify an oath because I
It
can't do
looked like from the side, it looks like kinda like a scorpion, which I was like, "Damn, feels badass." He
here,
must
I'm
be in,
doing
like, a
that now. Like, here,
prison gang.
look at my
Gang,
horribly clipped
gang.
nails.
That's some Caucasian shit right there.
So, the the other thing, like, just to kind of expand is, like, it's normal to have boundaries, like, every healthy relationship has healthy boundaries, and, like, it's normal to say no, to say, like, "I can't do things," or, again, like, you guys were just saying, it's normal to not let the world have 24/7 access to you. Like, I am very protective of my Sundays. And like, it's fun for me to say like, oh hey, Sunday is about my four F's: my faith, my family, football, and my fitness. If it's not one of those four things, I'm not doing it on a Sunday. But like that's my thing. Like, that's my Sunday. If you're not falling in one of those categories, like, I'm
My
preserving
Sunday
some.
is rage cleaning my house because no one helps me around here, and trying to do the best I can getting all my kids' laundry done. Like, I feel like my Sundays are, like, getting everything ready to try to let my week run smoother.
I'm just dead to the world. If I can have a Sunday where I just do nothing, like that's cool to me.
Yeah.
But I feel like the same point. There are some times on Sundays where I will do work stuff, whether it's just I'm in the mood for it or like it just needed
Sometimes
to
I
get
wanna
done.
clear my emails, so I'm less stressed on a Monday if I've cleared my inbox, if it's just stuff that doesn't take a whole lot of, like, I don't know. I'm that way, though.
Yeah, but I mean that's a weird one because so many people nowadays like they get offended by healthy boundaries. Like, hey, this is my me time. And I think this is a parent thing that a lot of parents have a very difficult time with is like scheduling their self-care time and not letting it get interrupted. Like if you want to be your best person, you have to make sure that you're taken care of as well. I think a lot of parents in general forget that because they're so busy always trying to take care of everyone else that they don't see themselves as somebody who needs to be taken care of. And like that's a normal boundary. It would be very normal if I had kids for me to be like, all right, babe, I've been taking care of the kids all week. I need you to make sure that you're taking care of them today so that I can do some of the things that like help me to refresh so I can keep doing a good job for you and for them.
That's a
Um,
nicer way than I put it. Mine is Jake's gone all week, he just got home, and I just look at him like, "You fucking know you're doing wake ups Saturday and Sunday, right? Because I got him all the other 5 days." Like, I don't even flinch in the morning when Henry wakes up, and if he didn't get up, he'd be very sorry that he did not.
You just clocked in, boy.
Yeah, you're in, motherfucker.
yeah, Anya was fucking rough for the first 2 years. So that's a dog, by the way. I don't have any like fleshling babies. I just have the fur babies. We're not supposed to call them fleshlings, right? That's bad.
Maybe
I
it's normal. Maybe it's normal to call kids fleshlings.
It's not normal to call them rescues, though.
call them what?
Rescues, like if you adopt,
Rescues. Oh. Aw.
like that's not normal. That's not socially acceptable, apparently. So, anyways, but like Anya used to wake up at like 1 or 2 a.m. every fucking night for like 2 years straight. To so like we would just have to, trade off. One night me, one night her. And
We kennel ours at night in the garage.
oh yeah, we can't kennel her because she'll fucking scream and howl all night long.
Barkley does, oh, but he's gotten used to it. But because I can't stand when dogs are laying on my legs and stuff at night. When I was pregnant with Henry, that's when we started to kennel him because I couldn't take it.
Yeah, but I mean, so the weird part is like, y- I wouldn't or shouldn't get offended at like my partner for them being like, "Hey, I need some time to take care of me," and the same vice versa. But we just let people kind of walk all over these boundaries for acceptance because it's become this socially acceptable idea that everybody has access to you 24/7, and I just think I don't find that to be a healthy thing for I'll say anybody I've ever met.
Yeah. It took me a couple years in of coaching to finally set some boundaries because I was so scared, like, oh, they're not going to want me as a coach. Or I was like scared of, I don't know what, but it took a while, but now I have a strong, like, you have to have your check ins by this time, or I'm not answering it till the next day. Sometimes I still will. Sometimes I still fold on that. But I do have the boundary there that I am allowed to follow if I wish to that day.
Yeah. No,
I think we all had issues with that though, right?
yeah, because like it took me a while to like actually do a vacation without being available.
Yeah, I think
That
it took me 3 years to take one.
I don't think I have still.
Yeah, I always plan mine, even the first one, easy, either the week of Thanksgiving or the week of Christmas, because most people aren't going to follow or they have stuff going on. So it's an easy one. That was my first Like, I'm taking this vacation.
Yeah, but we like to go snowboarding, so it's always like that's where my vacations go because it's
Mm,
not like I'm making fucking buku bucks for everything right now. So we only maybe get 1 or 2 trips a year if we're lucky. Um,
we
so
don't even take that, but it's nice just sometimes
yeah,
just to not work. Like,
yeah,
spend
I don't
Christmas
know.
week just
Staycation.
doing nothing.
There that's my other thing is like we do a staycation for that, like basically starting Christmas Eve until like January 2nd. It's like, you know what? I can give myself permission to actually just be focused on my family. Like my kids are young. Jesse just started kindergarten last week. It's like, hey, I'm only going to have so many Christmas breaks with them. And like the
Yeah.
clock is ticking. I don't think it's absurd for anyone to be like, hey, I'm just going to really connect with my kids for these few years that they actually want to be around me. Because I know by the time they get into high school, they're going to be like, "Pff, I'm not going to listen to your bald ass. I want to go hang out with my friends." Like,
Steven's got something.
yeah,
It's
I
getting
know.
ready
I
to come out
see
of
it.
his
I
mouth.
see him. He's
And
just,
be fucking damned if they try and call you during your child's kindergarten stuff.
What?
We'll talk about it later.
yeah.
We probably should have put it on here.
Nick, that is the maddest, most red ass I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Um,
we'll talk after.
Okay.
ev-
I'm like,
everybody is listening is like, you fucking dickheads. How are you gonna start talking about it a little bit and not say anything else?
Subscribe to our Patreon for the behind the scenes.
right.
Oh my God. I can't
Awkward's
do
OF.
I can't do Patreon or OF right now because I still have a fucked up toenail because I kill it every time I go snowboarding. You know, it's just not visually appealing.
I mean, I hear earlobes are like the new feet pictures.
I
I'm
really
just
have
making
big
that up.
lobes
Jeez,
though.
the fact that you both
Ooh,
look
I
at your
had chigger
earlobes.
bites. Have you guys ever had chiggers? I had them behind my ears this last week. It's been the most annoying. Nobody? Okay. It's in the grass.
No,
It's in
I don't
tall
even know what that
grass.
is.
I've
It's like
gotten
little bugs that
ticks,
live in tall grass and then they
and
like attack you and it almost looks like,
Chiggers?
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, dude. They're terrible.
well, in
Yeah,
Florida,
they're
it was
awful.
just avoid moss. Like, don't lay on moss, and you'll pretty much avoid them.
moss.
Yeah.
Moss and the sand. So like the sand on the Swanee, there were a ton of them all in that shit too. We found that out on the
You think the
like when I
heat
was a
would
kid.
kill them? That sand gets hot.
Mm-mm. Nah, they're ready to eat my little ass.
Luckily, that never happened to me. But the only beach I really ever went to was can't even remember.
Not really the beach, but like the sand for like the Swanee River, like so
Rivers and
the
Oh,
lakes, yeah.
freshwater stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
stayed away from
Yeah,
fresh water because
they need fresh
alligators.
water. Yeah, so usually that's like cooler and there's a little bit more clay content in Florida for that type of sand.
Mhm.
But I'm not a
Yeah.
geologist.
okay. So how about this one? I don't know how long you guys want to go on this one, but something that's normal that people don't think it's normal is that it is difficult to find a good doctor. It,
Oh
it, it
my
can be
God.
very difficult to find a good healthcare professional.
Yeah.
I think there's this misconception that I can go to my GP or any random specialist and that they're just going to have everything. They're going to be the right fit for me. They're going to hear me the way I need to be heard, communicate the
Order
right way.
labs. God, what a nightmare that can be.
Yeah.
Right.
I have a good GP now, but I've went through the
Yeah. So I think that that's one of those things that like it can be very normal to have frustration in your healthcare stuff. And I say this because if we go back to the grifting that happens within like the wellness and the fitness industry, a lot of people take advantage of the fact that like, oh, well, this doctor couldn't get me better. And it's like, oh, well, let me sell you XYZ. Here's my code, blah, blah, blah. This is your issue. Instead of saying, oh, okay, well, and this we touched on it the other week. This is a licensed profession. You need somebody that has that plethora of knowledge in terms of overall physiology, that's expertise in that specific thing, whether it's like gastroenterology or whether it's hormones and whatever. I can't remember what they're called.
endocrinology. I have
And
because I have
Endocrinology,
endocrinology,
yeah.
thyroid
whatever.
issues, so I have a good endocrinologist.
Urologist.
And all the upkeeping on the education that they have to keep up with for continuing ed along with that. Um, and so I think that for a lot of people, they don't some people seem to get better with it. Cool. I'm glad it worked out for those people. But the vast majority of people will go through the wellness life coach kind of scam looking for the fix to that when the truth was the fix to that is just keep trying to find a good doctor that
It's
is
just
going
like
to
trying
help
to
you.
find a good coach. Some people are just gonna be better than others. Like, it's you just have to keep trying if you can't get one that'll listen.
What? Better than others? Ah.
Oh god, tooting the horn. No, like, it's so true though. We've been here for a year, and the first doctor that I went to, like, a year ago, walked in, and I'm always upfront. I was very, very blessed to have found a great GP in Florida that I saw for 10 years, and he was the one that he handled my testosterone prescription, and TRT has gotten a lot less, like, it's a lot less judged now
Yeah, it's pretty
compared to what it
mainstream.
was like 10 years ago. And I went into this doctor's office here in Tennessee and I just hadn't really thought anything about it. And he was like, all right, well, are you on any medication? And I said, yeah, I'm on testosterone cypionate. I take 150 milligrams split into 2 doses per week. Um, I don't need anything else. I just testosterone. And he goes, I don't do testosterone and you shouldn't be on it. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, I was depressed before it, and life has color now. You want me to go back to being depressed? I'm good. I'm good. Just say you don't know enough to prescribe it. That's fine.
People get not depressed?
That that can be
Steven's
normal.
like, "Can I have some of that
I thought that was just like a
testosterone?"
constant state of being.
Look, I'll just come accidentally falling a needle over here. But like
I,
it took
yeah.
me a year. It took me a year to find that doctor that she was just like, okay, yeah, you have your, because I also literally came in with, here was my original labs at like 119, which for a male, that's like 98-year-old man levels. And I was like, here's all my concussion history as well. Here's the MRIs. Like, here we go. Like, you have the cause, you understand the root, you understand the treatment. This is
And they
nine
were just
years
like, "Nah."
now, 9 years now of this dose has produced this result consistently. It should be the most slam dunk prescription that a doctor could ever write. And I
That's
think
crazy that they obviously you did not go with that physician and found
no, no. And like 2 months ago, we found one. And I walked in with all that stuff, and she was like, "You over documented this, dude. I just need like the original one and just show me
she's
your
like, "You
most
don't need to
recent
sell me.
labs."
I was gonna give it to you before you showed up."
Right.
I remember when got that like 230 testosterone, and I was like, man, like I was like super depression. Like, I wasn't like normal, like kind of, haha, let's make some jokes about things that are going to get us banned from Instagram. By the way, apparently I can't make money on Instagram until like next year because of something I shared that I thought was funny.
Really?
Yeah, they said it was idealizing self harm.
Oh, no, Steven.
Yeah, so I'm in timeout apparently.
I didn't even know. Sometimes my butt cheeks get flagged.
Yeah,
That's as hard in as I've gotten on like, they'll just be my check-in photos, and they'll get I don't know, people like, report them or if
it was a story, so somebody definitely reported it. My butt
oh.
cheeks have never gotten flagged though.
Well, mine or my clients will. Some occasionally, it'll say, like, "I'm not within the guidelines, so I can't monetize at this
You
time," or
know,
some shit.
it's probably, what the difference maker is? The amount of hair on a set of butt cheeks determines whether
Right.
it's viewed as
AI
funny.
probably can't read that it's butt cheeks if it's too hairy.
Exactly. It's like, oh, it's a
Good
dog.
point. Yeah, my last one was the bubbles from the bubble bath. Just kind of covering the crack.
Yeah.
Why can't boys take bubble baths too? That should be normal. There's
Yeah.
I
nothing wrong
mean,
with a full
my
grown
son
man.
takes a bubble bath every night, so
Yeah, full grown man can light some scented candles
he's
and put
aggressive
in the
about it too.
bubbles.
Henry, he'll go,
Like, yeah.
"Bubble bath, bubble bath." Like, he's like I'm like, "Alright, boy, calm down."
You know,
Yeah, it's
what was funny, Ellie's first time ever asking Santa for a Christmas gift was she wanted bath bombs. Bath bomb. Bath bomb.
Aw.
Like,
fun.
Pearl is obsessed with those. Amazon. Anybody listening with kids obsessed with bath bombs, Amazon will save you a ton of money.
yup.
Yeah, I found that Amazon has only cost me more money over the years. If I didn't have Amazon, I would have many less things in my house.
Probably same.
The convenience literally causes me to buy more stuff than I would otherwise.
Do that, but it causes me to be more lazy. Like, I've even went so far sometimes I'm like, "I need deodorant," and I'll, like, for a week be like, "Gosh, I need to go get deodorant." Finally, I'm like, "I'll just order it on Amazon." At this point, I'm never making it to Walmart.
Yeah, but I use it as an excuse to get out of the house now because otherwise I'll never leave.
Yeah.
With 2 kids, the last thing I wanna do and like I said, Jake's usually gone, like, Monday through Friday, so when I actually have to go in a store, I'm just like, "No."
Yeah, I don't have children to take around with me. That's a good point.
Pearl's a dream. Pearl is that kid that, like, makes you think you want 10 kids. Henry's
She
the
is.
kid that makes you realize you were done having kids.
I mean, no, like when you guys used to live here, I would literally use Pearl as an example, and I'd like look at Jill. I'd like imagine if we had a little Pearl
I
of our
know,
own.
and she's still just as perfect, and
I know.
it's like Henry's like that, but, like, he's like you pull the pin from the grenade and throw it in the house. Like, he's just
That's boy energy. Like, boys are
oh my
so
and
much
right now
different.
his thing is he demands the sunroof open. I mean, demands it. Highway, doesn't matter. I have to have this today. Is an hour round trip to take him to daycare. The sunroof had to be open the whole time. And then the sun will get on his eyes and he'll say, "Ow, eyes." So then I had to give him my sunglasses.
Hey, be glad you don't have the Wrangler anymore and, like, take the hardtop off one time because he'd become addicted to that, and that's a whole pain in the ass.
Yeah, yeah, because that's not easy to take on and off.
Yeah. So, by the way, I got lots of good feedback. Oh, that's very cute, at least. See, that's the problem. You can't hear him in the picture. There's no chaos to be seen. So we got good feedback on the first episode. Apparently, people like it.
Yeah,
Like this whole
yeah, I
bunch of
had a
people
couple
that
of people
listen
that I
to it.
didn't even know would listen to it said they really enjoyed it.
One of the things I thought was cool was like one of my current people was like, "Oh, I know Phil. Like he's awesome." I was like, "Yeah, of course. I fucking love Phil.
Yeah,
He's
we know
great."
Phil too.
Love me.
She's like, I'm so happy to see you guys doing this. I hope you keep it up." I was like, "Yeah, that was the point."
No, we're done. 2 episodes, and we're like, "Eh, you
Yeah,
know what?
out.
I don't
The
even
fun
like these
part is
guys."
that's what we did with me and Jillian had started one, and we did like 3 episodes. Like, one of them was, like, your mom and cults and, like, some other weird shit. It's under the same name, so you can always go back and listen to those if you see me being weird, but it won't have you guys. So I'm excited to, like, see where this goes, like, if because I definitely think that we're gonna end up being I think we're all kind of counterculture to the fitness industry in some pretty big ways. Um, so I'm interested to see if people kind of pick up on that and we can challenge that pretty well.
Yeah. I like that we're all a little bit weird. I like that we're not all in the same team now, so we're not, like, biased to say one like, I feel like before you're not that we had to say something, but, like, we had to kinda stay in this bubble, right? Like this
I think like for me it was I would not say stuff specifically to not like maybe create friction on maybe something other people were saying
right, you didn't
or
wanna get in
that
trouble. You didn't wanna get yourself in trouble for saying
well, I didn't give a
something.
fuck about that. Like what were they gonna do? Fire me?
I mean, I got in trouble on an episode it wasn't me, but me and the girls, we got in trouble for, saying a certain thing on a podcast. I think we had to redo that episode or something.
Yeah, I remember I remember because I think I was the one that heard it when I was just like, oh,
Yeah, fuck you,
maybe that's
Steven.
not something we should put out there on the podcast right now.
No, we don't need
But
to say it on here, but
so I think it was my fault,
it
but
probably was.
Damn it,
whatever.
Steven.
Uh, look, all I'm saying is if they hadn't fired me like 2 years in, I wasn't getting fired. you know? So so after that, I was like, oh, well, I know I'm safe.
I mean, I think in that history, only, like, 2 people have ever been fired.
Nah, it was a couple more than that.
Yeah.
You have to really mess up, though. Like, you'd have to really, like, hit boundary you know what I mean? Like, cross the boundary.
I'm telling you, we could have, like, a separate Patreon for, like, all the juicy shit.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
I'm
all,
actually
like we were all in, like, the office together. You know what I mean? Like, we were all in this little thing, and now we have stories and
Those were so fun. Like, remember there was one time, like, I brought a football to the office and we just, like, threw it in the parking lot? Like
remember the really tall toilet? And
yes!
Like, who was that
I
tall?
felt like a child, like kicking my
I have a
legs.
picture. Kate took a picture of me on it, actually, because, like, I'm tall and, like, your legs would dangle on this toilet.
By the way, that's why Lana doesn't work with me, right? Is because I posted that picture of me on the toilet way back when, talking about digestive issues and traveling, and she's like, "Not toilet guy. Mm-mm.
I'm
No."
not gonna be coached by toilet guy.
So she calls me toilet guy.
Oh, toilet
That
Steve.
is great.
If only I had been a little bit more mature.
If only you had been, like, you've matured since then.
Wow, come on.
But
I've
that's a
matured
great
in
thing about
other
coaching
ways.
is you can 100% be yourself and your people will find you. Like, people that you don't have to fake being somebody or a certain type of coach. Like, there's
I
somebody
mean,
for
I, I
everybody.
I think the people who do fake it they're always on limited time.
Yeah.
Like because you can only fake stuff for so long. And that's just evidence. There's too many cameras everywhere. Everything's like there's always evidence of something. Like you used to be able to get with murder, not anymore. Like
I
good
don't
luck,
know.
y'all.
I watch a whole lot of true crime.
Definitely not in the UK. You can't. There's cameras everywhere,
Everywhere. Yeah.
everywhere. I don't even know how they got there. There was one up my butt.
That's called a colonoscopy, and it's usually a voluntary procedure. Just heads up.
He didn't have a colonoscopy in the UK.
No, I didn't have a colon. I've only been once. That was last year. We went for that show that Altavia was doing when she won it,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a fun trip. But yeah, no, I mean, my mom had one because I got to see the pictures when I was working at the record store. Did I tell that story last week?
You saw wait,
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
your
So I
mom's
used,
colonoscopy?
yeah, yeah. So I used to work in a record storage, and so it was essentially a warehouse, but they stored up a lot of like legal and medical record stuff. And so one day I just see in the fax machine, it comes up, I see my mom's name and, where to go pick the records up from. I was like, oh, fuck, that's weird. Okay, cool. I wonder what I'm going to go pick up from my mom. And so I go in, I get into the box and I'm like, it's literally pictures of all the pictures from her colonoscopy.
But it's like
I
the
was like,
inside, right? Not the outside.
yeah, I was like, man, this is not what
I never
I
got to
needed.
see. I had a colonoscopy last year, and I never got to see the pictures of my bum inside.
They have them.
Yeah.
They're there.
Yeah.
You
What
can
a
ask
weird
them.
request. I would like to request the medical records of my
Of my
colonoscopy.
colonoscopy. Well, it's kind of like that, the icebreaker question I gave you guys. Like, when was the first time you looked at your butthole in the mirror?
I don't think I've ever looked at my butthole in the mirror.
Yeah. I mean, like, I want to know what I am. What do I look like? You can't like do it normally in the mirror. It kind of you have to have a mirror like below you. So you need like a hand mirror.
I mean, you could have like a tall wall mirror and just spread your cheeks
Yeah,
open.
maybe. Especially if you have a mirror on the other side, like kind of like posing.
Like one of those fucking horror houses where there's just mirrors everywhere. You just
Everywhere.
see like 20 of your butthole.
But like, so if
We're going to do this at the end of every episode. So everybody has to listen to the whole fucking thing.
And don't ever go one of those weird mirror clown houses with Steven.
No, I've seen it now. It's terrible. I don't need to look at it again.
Something you would do just to mess with people. Like if it was all adults, one of those weird clown houses, you're like, hey guys, but you wouldn't know which one was the real Steven's butthole and you'd just be surrounded by them. Like that would be the ultimate horror house.
oh my gosh, like the military needs to write that down for torture.
And you'd hear his stupid fucking laugh that he does when he's really done something good. That one.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So, cool. You guys want to, should we wrap it up?
I think we
like we
can end on
probably
that, yeah.
Yeah,
Like an
I
hour.
think
So
that's probably like a good cue. Like we started talking about buttholes, it's probably time to pony up and ride out of the
it's not,
saloon.
probably won't be the last time. But yeah, so like and subscribe. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify. I'm gonna put them on my YouTube channel because I'm not fucking starting a new YouTube channel. For just this. And give me lots of listening hours so that I can finally monetize and make like $5 a month. And leave ideas. If you guys have ideas of like shit you want us to discuss or go over, put them in the comment section. We will possibly talk about them. Words of wisdom to end on.
Don't go in a mirrored room with Steven.
Yeah,
Never trust a fart.
That one too. That's great advice.
that it is.
Fall for that.